Welcome in.
I didn't do my research. I didn't because
It's all over. It's all over.
I don't think I've been this like kind of, like
I
buzz.
don't think He bit my ear.
Hello, let's journey to the middle.
This journey to the middle.
You'll meet them all again on their long journey to the middle.
Oh God! So, did you guys have a good weekend?
I had a decent weekend.
Did you guys do anything?
I did stuff for my other podcast all weekend.
Oh shit! All weekend, huh?
Mostly, yeah. I had two businesses to talk to, so
Well, look at you, slick.
I know.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous that you went to Plum Garden. That's like one of my favorite fucking restaurants back out there.
I was at Plum Garden because one of the businesses I did this weekend was Siren Records.
Oh, did you interview Jenny?
I didn't. I interviewed her husband, but Jen was there. I talked to her for like briefly, but
Yeah, because James Van Osdale's been giving them like shout outs on his podcast.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Because he bought a record from there a few weeks ago and he mentioned it like during his Facebook live stream. I think it was like last week or the week before. And I'm like, hey, I went to high school with the girl who runs that shop. And so she saw my comment. So that's also, I hear that it's a great shop and I cannot wait to go there.
It's pretty cool. They got a lot of stuff, and and it's not just like specific genres. They have a lot of different stuff.
Nice.
And Bill, who's Jen's husband, he's a really good guy, and he was telling me a story about the last record store day.
Uh-huh.
They had Tyler, the creator, had put out like 2 albums, and like one was an instrumental and one had all lyrics. And he's like, yeah, and people were lining up outside for that. And I saw a guy like literally like put it on eBay right after he walked out the door. And I saw the eBay listing and everything. And there was a lady that called and she was bringing her kid from like 2.5 hours away. And he's like, whenever we do the record store day, like stuff that's really hot and, I'll kind of hide away like one copy or something.
That's cool.
And so this kid got there and he got like the instrumental and he was like super happy about it and everything. Like I don't know who he said was talking to the mom, but then he found out they drove in from like 2 hours away. So he grabbed the kid. He's like, hey, come here. And he gave him the other copy. And he's like, the kid was going crazy. He was like, it made me feel so good. And like, it was awesome to have someone like that, just that they loved it so much, that like it made their whole day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a cool guy. He says he does that like every year. He'll hide stuff away. I'm like, now that you're talking about it on the podcast, you're gonna have to find a different hiding spot.
And
He's like, I will. I'll find. I got plenty of places.
Yeah, or like a different method or something. But that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Especially, to me, that's like what Shop Small, small business Saturday is all about, right? Like supporting the local businesses, because a lot of times they really do take care of people,
Yeah.
Yeah. You should definitely go down there though and check it out.
I'm still so leery with COVID, but it's definitely like there's that record store for sure has been on my list for like months.
Yeah, they you go in the evening. That's when we actually did the interview. We did it in like Saturday night.
Oh, okay.
So they're not as busy. There was only a couple of people there, and we went into the back. So
Okay.
But yeah, I think you'd be fine if you went there at night.
At night, what time are they open till? Do you know? Like on the weekends?
I don't know. I got there at 6.
Okay.
So I was from like 6 to 8, 7:30, 8, something like that.
How
and
long?
there was only like there was like maybe like a group of people that was there when I got there, but then like it kind of dwindled off and there was only like 2 people in their store when I left. So
How long have they been around for?
they've been around a while. He started it out as it was like a card shop, like baseball cards and stuff.
Yeah.
With a friend. And then the records started coming in, and then they have a back room with old like audio equipment. which is really neat because he's got some stuff playing back there, and he's got like a whole wall of speakers, and
Oh my God.
it's pretty cool. But yeah, they've been around a long time. He actually knows people that. So I worked for, the place I did the commercial for.
Yeah.
Wait, back.
Yeah. So there was one guy that worked there before I started there, but I knew him. He was actually good friends with him, so he knew the business really well.
Okay.
He's like, oh yeah, I know Mobiletronics, this and that, and I pretty sure he knew my in-laws. At one point, at least had met them at one point. So
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was neat. It was fun.
Huh. Nando, did you go to any record shops over the weekend?
No, I moved a couch.
You well, hey, did you pivot? Did you make sure to yell pivot?
Oh my God,
Did you pivot?
You know what the crazy part was though? So Jacqueline and I live like on the 3rd story.
Okay.
With, of course, no elevator.
Is it a building or like a house that was converted?
It's like a condo.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so and obviously like if we took it out like the back way, it'd be easier because you're outside already and you can like move stuff around, and get around easier. Yeah, and pivoting. There was a lot of resting for me because I'm like, oh my God.
Oh.
My brother's like 3 inches taller than me, so he's carrying it like up here, and I'm like, I can't like keep up with you. But the easier part was bringing everything down 3 flights of stairs, versus like bringing it up 1 flight of stairs, the next day, because we're like, oh, we're not gonna finish in time. Let's just go get pizza. Because we went to like U-Haul or whatever, and we're like, hey, can we have a truck? And they're like, sure. They're like, we close in an hour, so just drop it off before Monday. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, we don't open on Sundays. The one that we went to go rent it at. So I was like, oh, sweet. So like, I'm like, doesn't even matter what time I come back, right? They're like, no, just bring it back before Monday. I'm like, all right.
That's pretty fucking cool though, because I've never heard of that before with a U-Haul store. Usually it's like you need to have it back before X time, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get charged an extra day. So fuck it. I would have been driving that thing all over town. Not really, because I know they like rape
Well, you got to pay the mileage though.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the mileage, yeah. But no, it was, we just parked it, in front of like my mom's house.
Nice.
Went out for pizza.
Nice.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Take a sip. I'll just have a sip of yours.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. I'll have your backwash. It's fine.
Right.
Did you get a new couch, or was somebody else getting a couch?
We're getting a new couch, but since look at all the COVID stuff, we're waiting on the couch to show up. But we're like, okay, if we wait any longer, we're gonna be like having 2 couches in the apartment with nobody to be able to move them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's not cold right now. It's not raining. Let's just do it.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah. And plus my brother was available. So I'm like, all right, well, there's 3 of us, between Jacqueline, my brother, and I, we can, move everything out of here and, get everything done versus like, oh, we have 2 couches and no one's here and now I'm screwed.
Well, thanks for not asking me to help.
Yeah. Matt, you're coming over. Move that couch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm done moving
if you
people.
over soon and help Mike and I move up a stove and a refrigerator, that would be really sweet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm busy that weekend.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. He's done on a Tuesday.
I'm busy that weekend too, but it needs to fucking happen. So good times. Good times. So I know I had texted this, Matt. You texted it too. So the topic this week is streaming services.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what we have, what we want, what we recommend, etc. And so I'm curious because Nando, I was thinking about you like after we recorded the last time because I keep seeing commercials for HBO Max and like a lot of the content that keeps coming out is just getting better and better in my opinion.
And I still don't have it.
Yeah. So I'm curious if that's gonna like change. Like, do you have? It sounds like you want it, but
yeah.
I think the only way to get Nando to get HBO Max is to talk to Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like if I'm gonna get a service, I need to cancel one.
Okay.
You know, just because like I have too many, I think, right now.
What do you
What do you have?
Yeah.
We have Netflix, we have Hulu, the Disney Plus. There's an Apple TV one which we've never even used yet.
What?
Yeah, I haven't even used it yet.
Oh.
And I know the morning show's on there, and I want to see that.
You gotta watch the morning show.
Yeah, and like I'm like, dang damn it, like because I have it free for a year, and Jacqueline has it free for a year because we both got that phone. Like we both got a new phone.
Yeah.
At different times, so like my subscription will end, and then we'll have like 2 more months with her. But we also have 2 that I'm pretty sure you guys don't have because it's anime stuff. We have we have Funimation and Crunchyroll.
Never heard of those.
Yeah, I figured like you guys were like, what? What's?
We like band name.
I didn't know that they had streaming services for that, so I think that's really
and I'm sure they have like others, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to cut like 1 or 2. You know,
How much are the anime ones?
the anime ones aren't bad. Like I think I pay like $6, I think, for the Crunchyroll one, and like Jacqueline pays for the Funimation, so free for me.
Okay. Well, do you guys have cable too, or you just strictly have streaming services?
I want to say we don't have cable because I don't even. We've only used like Netflix or Hulu or whatever.
I hope you don't, because it doesn't seem like you actually know.
No,
So you could be paying for it and not even have a clue.
yeah, I hope you don't.
What's the remote for? You mean we've had cable for 5 years? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
damn
Well,
it.
he's like, I want to say no.
For some odd reason, like people just
I
take
could
money out of
probably
my
get more streaming services, but I'm paying this $50 for this cable I never use.
right. Damn it.
Well, how much? Okay, so and the reason why I'm asking this is because I totally feel like you need HBO Max. How much total are you paying for all of your services?
Get it.
So it's not bad because I don't know if you guys know this, but like Netflix said, hey, we're raising the price.
I
right?
saw
I saw that. This is the second time it's been raised since I got it.
Yeah, it used to be like $8 or whatever. It used to be like really cheap.
Yeah.
So, you know, I saw that and I'm like, okay, well, I went into my thing and I'm like, I don't need like ultra HD or whatever. So I actually reduced my price. You need it, yeah. That's like I need it. So I ended up reducing my price. You know? So I'm like, okay, that's good. Right. And I mean, I don't pay for Funimation. She pays for that.
Sure.
You know, but then I started thinking, like, okay, well, the Crunchyroll one, it's almost all in Japanese.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously I don't speak Japanese, but I sit there and
What?
Yeah, I don't speak Japanese. In case you guys didn't know this, I don't speak Japanese. But you know what I mean? Like if you're sitting there, you know, you're watching TV, it's got the subtitles and whatever.
Right.
But I'm like, do I really have time to be just sitting there reading subtitles all day long? No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that one's probably gonna take the boot and then
there you go. Then it opens up the door. Well, do you have Prime also? Because if you've got Prime membership, right? Like then you get Amazon Prime, right? So
yeah. I forgot. Yeah, Jacqueline has that one.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys have a lot. We've been talking, and Matt, I'm curious what you think about this too, and definitely Nando, I'm curious what you think about this as well. But like Mike and I were talking about Netflix, and we both feel like a lot of the content that's been coming out on there has been kind of shitty lately. I mean, they've had some good movies. I'm not gonna I won't take that away from them. But as far as like shows and stuff, there's just like a lot of random shit, and I feel like Apple Plus, or Apple TV or whatever, they're taking longer to get more content on, but they're very selective with their content, and it's in my opinion, I think that that's the better way to go. Now, I understand it's going to take them a while to get more content up, and I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. But if I had to choose for me, if I had to choose something, because we've got Netflix, we've got Prime, we've got Hulu, we've got Apple TV, we've got the Disney shit, we've got HBO Max. And then my TV, because I've got a smart TV also, it has some free apps on there. I think Voodoo is one of them. Tubi, Tubi is another one. Not all of their content is free, but they do have a lot of free content. So we've got a ton of shit. But if I had to pick one to let go of right now, I feel like I would probably pick Netflix, which is sad because I love Schitt's Creek, and I would need to then buy all the seasons on DVD instead. But that's that for me. I feel anyway, and like they keep raising the fucking price too. So
yeah. So here's the thing with Netflix, and maybe you're forgetting, but you got Living with Myself.
I know. Good.
Russian Doll. There's others that we're waiting for new seasons of right now.
That's true.
So I mean, you could get rid of it, but you're going to end up getting it back. And I think as far as Netflix go, I get like the prices going up. Like we have the multiple screen thing, so like more than 2 people can watch it.
Yeah, it's like $18 a month. It's going to be now, right?
Right.
Like,
but you have like four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Netflix, I think is the most used in my house.
Okay.
I probably use Hulu a lot more, but I do bounce between the two quite often.
Okay.
It depends on what I'm watching, what shows I'm watching right now. I don't think we could get rid of Netflix right now. And I want to see those shows when they come back. There's a couple, Ozark, right? There's
yeah.
I can't get rid of Netflix. Right
and it's on my queue to see it, and I still haven't seen it.
You need to start watching it. God damn it, Nando.
But at least I put it on my queue because I'm like, I know you guys mentioned it a couple times.
You know how much shit's on my queue that I'm going to go to watch that.
When you do watch it though, Nando, I guarantee you're going to binge it. I mean, and it can get kind of heavy, so you might only be able to do like a couple episodes in a row.
Well, knowing this guy and his, fear of like forensic type stuff, I guarantee I think it's season 2. He's going to have a little trouble watching.
I'm just going to be like, someone hold me.
Fair. That's.
But like Hulu, so Hulu has I have like the Hulu Live now, so I have all the live channels.
How much does that cost?
It's a neighborhood of $50.
And so you don't have cable anymore now, though, right?
I haven't had cable in forever.
Huh.
I've been streaming since probably before I started working with this guy, so at least 7 years.
So I'm sorry, really quickly. There's a reason why I'm asking, because like we've talked about getting rid of the cable. Who does your internet service for you? And can you just get internet service through somebody without getting totally royally screwed?
Yes. So we have Comcast.
You do? Okay.
And we have one of the highest packages.
Okay.
And I did that. So years ago when we ditched cable, and again, this was a long time ago now. We started this a while back.
Okay.
We were just doing Netflix and just doing Hulu. At the time, Hulu was ad-free.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Okay. And so I could still see stuff that was like on NBC, but it was the day after. No big deal.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it was much cheaper to do that. So we bumped up our internet package so that we had, a good amount of speed coming in here, and it could handle multiple TVs. And then as we got older, more TVs, more phones, because we have so much shit in this house.
Right.
That's running our internet now. So we have like one of the top packages through Comcast.
Okay.
I'm not even sure how much I'm paying. It's probably in the neighborhood of like $60.
That's actually
it might even be a little bit more.
It's not bad, actually. Yeah.
But yeah, so we have pretty high speed.
Okay.
I don't get any like buffering or any bullshit like that. And Comcast has gone out once, and I think that was just a couple weeks ago when we were trying to record one time. Yeah, that's the first time I've had Comcast go out in my house.
Wow.
See, that's
I've had it slow down, but I've also heard that like that Comcast will do that if you use up a lot of bandwidth and you have your own modem, which I do.
Okay.
So they kind of go, oh well, screw this guy. I've had it like noticeably slow down before, but it's generally not a problem.
Okay.
Do you have that Comcast guy living with you, like that AT&T commercial?
No. So So the Hulu Live is pretty nice because one of my problems was like sports. I don't watch a lot of live sports. I generally just watch the Bears, or if like there's playoffs going on for basketball or any of the sports, really, I do get into the playoff time. But the problem is like the NFL plays on multiple networks. So they play on Fox and they play on CBS, they play on NBC and they play on ESPN. And then they have their own NFL network that they do air some games. But the problem is if you go start looking at services beyond that's not cable, that's going to offer all those channels, no one really does.
And so, who on that kind of cornered the market on that, right?
Yes, because if you like Sling is a big one, and they advertise their sports quite a bit, but they have two different packages. They have one that has like ESPN and one that doesn't, but does have like Fox and CBS and stuff.
Okay.
So you have to jump up to like this other tier, which is like dumb price point to get all of them.
Right.
And with Hulu, it's like they basically just like, you want Hulu Live here, and here's what you get. So I can watch anything that you're watching on cable live. Plus, I do get all the sports channels that I want. But you cannot, I guarantee you will not find one that has all the sports channels together unless you go cable.
Yeah.
And
streaming services like those are ones that are like offering some of that stuff. If you're doing any sports, forget it.
Well, do they offer like a Hulu Live without the sports? Because I don't really care about sports, and the only sport that I do watch is the White Sox, and they're generally like on WGN because now they have them on WGN.
Yeah, they'll be on WGN or like Comcast Sportsnet, which is an NBC affiliate, so you'll get it either way.
Interesting.
I can't remember if they have one with sports or not, but I think it's all one price point. But you have like you'll still have like Discovery, your local channel, Animal Planet. You'll have all that shit just like you would cable.
Huh. That would be something to consider for sure. And like that's why I'm glad that we're having this conversation though too, because hopefully it helps give other people ideas.
Yeah.
As well. Like for me, I have Xfinity still, and because I've got the cable bundled with it. We don't have a cable box anymore because we got rid of that last year, and they basically just told us, oh, you've got a smart TV, or if you've got like a Roku, you can get the beta app off of there. Well, that thing is kind of a piece of shit. Like the app, it will crash a lot. So to do something, and also like I'm paying like almost $130 a month for internet and cable. So if I could get something, I mean, Mike and I could bump up the Hulu subscription, and I can still have access to local channels, and then I get a better internet package for the house. Even if it's $60 a month, I'm still even if it was 110 total, I'm still saving money every month.
And if you do have smart TVs, Hulu's just easier. It runs really well. I've had zero problems with it. Even when I switched my Hulu account from just a regular account that we had up to the live account, it was like instantaneous.
Really?
Like I went and turned on my TV and it was there. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even have to wait at all for this to happen. It was like right there. I really like it. It has, so like most programs, you can, if you don't catch them when they're on live, you could still get them the next day.
Okay.
There is a cloud DVR that comes with the subscription. But I haven't even had to use it really. There was one thing that was like an old episode of something. So it was like, I don't remember what it was. It was like some ESPN thing, but it was only airing the one time. And so I had it recorded to the cloud DVR because it wasn't going to be on again.
Okay.
At least not for a long time, so to where I could go back and see it.
Right.
It was part of like the ESPN subscription because I did the Hulu Live and I got ESPN Plus and Disney Plus with it for like half the price. So I switched everything over that way. So that it's all right there. And on top of that, another nice thing is if you do have Disney Plus and you do have ESPN Plus, even if you have HBO or one of the other movie ones, Showtime or whatever, if you subscribe to them through Hulu, it's all in one place.
Yeah, I did that.
have to use multiple apps, which is nice because like before I was having to jump to a different app to watch what I wanted to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So basically I can watch essentially all of my shit on Hulu. And then if it's not on Hulu, I could go to Netflix or I could go to Prime to see where it's at, you know?
Well, I'm guessing that HBO Max is just a standalone though, right? So like, but like, I don't think that you could get that on any of the other ones, could you? Like if you got the subscription through somewhere else or
like as an add-on?
They made a deal with them because right now HBO Max is about to have a deal with Prime, but they haven't up until I think that's going to go through in the next couple days.
Okay, because HBO is already with Prime though too. So like that's okay.
Yeah, you can get regular HBO content through Prime.
Yep.
But they don't have a deal with Max because HBO wanted a standalone app.
Okay.
On Prime, and Amazon said no, we want it integrated with the rest of our Prime stuff, and so they were back and forth about it.
Interesting. Okay.
So just wait a couple weeks for that.
Right.
I think next week it'll probably be on there.
And
I actually Hulu, and just it's the same price everywhere, so just get it. And
I thought of the one that I actually have, and I don't know why it flew over my head. I have YouTube TV.
How is that? Because I keep getting.
No, I've heard it's bad.
It's you know what it works for me, because I think you can. It's like the same thing as like Netflix. You can have like multiple devices at once, and there's only 2 of us, or there's 3 of us using it.
Sure.
But we're not ever using it at the same time. So.
Yeah, but I don't think YouTube TV is going to stick around much longer. I don't think it's doing well.
If it doesn't, that's fine because it'll, then I'll have HBO Max, without breaking a sweat, because then, hey, look, I cut the cost and I'm still getting something else for it,
Or just stop watching anime.
Or that's not going to happen.
What kind of content did they have on there, Nando?
So that's what we use it for mostly is I use it for like my sports stuff.
Okay.
But it's got like all the news networks, like you got like, Fox News, CNN, CBS, WGN, like TNT, you know what I mean? Like you have all that fun stuff too. I don't know if we have the Discovery Channel. I've never seen that.
Okay.
But I went on like Matt said, I've gone on Hulu and checked that out,
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I have that one. Because I'm like, there's one more that I have that I use like all the time.
I'm not familiar enough with the kind of content that they offer on there, so it didn't really appeal to me. So every time like I get like an offer to do a free trial, I'm like, nope.
The one cool thing, I mean, it's got a couple cool things, but like, let's say that you like a show, right? Let's say Schitt's Creek, right? And it's on YouTube TV. You record episode 1, and it has like an unlimited DVR, which I was like, okay, like that's pretty cool.
Okay, that is really nice.
Yeah. So like it'll record like all the episodes on there.
And Matt, why do you think it's not doing very well?
Because of the content. I've just heard that the content isn't that great. I mean, and it's stuff that you could find other places.
Yeah. It doesn't really offer It doesn't really offer too much.
They don't really have their own shows, right? I mean,
it's just like whatever's like.
It was one of their original shows. And now it's on Netflix. So.
Yeah.
Well, there are shows that have moved from YouTube to like other streaming service. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think the combination in which I have right now is basically Hulu, Netflix, and Prime. Between the 3, I can pretty much check out anything I want to see. And even if it's on some other thing like a Freeform or whatever, it's eventually going to be on Netflix probably anyways. Or, I mean, Prime's buying shit up too, so...
Yeah, Prime is buying a ton of shit up. Yeah, like I for a while, I didn't care for the content on Prime. There was some good stuff. Like when I started watching stuff on Prime was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I watched Transgender because I loved. I'm sorry, it wasn't called Transgender. Transparent? That was the name of the show.
Yeah,
Transparent. Fantastic show. Fan-fucking-tastic show. So that's why I started watching Prime. And then like they had some other content on there, but I feel like they've gotten way better over the last few years, except God bless my dad. I love him very much. He seems to find all the shitty content that nobody wants to watch. And when you go to his house, that's what he's watching. And I'm like, Dad, it's such a bummer, but whatever. If he likes the shitty content that's on there, that's cool.
If that's what he likes. Leave him alone.
Exactly. It's the crap that he likes, so it's fine. But yeah, I feel like they've stepped up their game for sure. And I think like a lot of the movies that they've been putting out too, like they're competing very well with Netflix in that arena as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
You know, there's like, yeah, like we talked last week about that the Abby Hoffman movie, The Trial of the Chicago 7, I think it was called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic movie on Netflix. They have another movie that just came out with Glenn Close and Amy Adams, and that looks, the title escapes me at the moment, but that also looks like a really good film. So Mike and I are going to watch that. And I feel like that's kind of the way of the future. I think that's what's going to start happening because of the way like things with the movie theaters and with COVID and all of that stuff, like clearly like the theaters, except for like the outdoor theaters, really have taken a big hit. So I definitely suspect that those streaming services, all of them, are going to start to create more movies, make more movies. And then that's kind of the wave of the future, right? You rent it from them for the first, however many months they need to recoup costs on that, right? So you pay a rental fee and then it moves to being free content on there. So
that's one of the cool things. Like Disney Plus put out Mulan, and it was something like what, $20 or whatever to get in the first couple months.
Yeah.
And
Is it
I just noticed over the weekend that Mulan is free if you have Disney Plus.
Yes, I can watch
So
it.
that's pretty cool perk to
Yeah.
because now I don't have to like go to a service or whatever and rent it for $4 or whatever. It's
Right.
there. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I hope that like that kind of goes to the future a little bit, because I think there's a big advantage to have a new release for people just even non-COVID to be like, I want to stay home and watch this tonight.
Agree.
You go out and spend the same amount of money.
That's what I said.
Home.
Yeah. And it is probably even cheaper at home though, if you think about it, because what is it now for like an adult movie ticket? It's like $15.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah. And then popcorn, whatever,
right. All of that
I
stuff.
mean, the movie theater popcorn is definitely better than if you go to the store and get something, but
You get the terrible fake butter that you can put on. Like,
dude, I have driven to the movie theater. Like we had a movie night at home, walked in, bought the popcorn, and then brought it home.
Get
No, you didn't.
Oh, fuck. I've done it a couple times. Fuck yeah.
love that. That's
Wait,
awesome.
do you drive back and get the refill?
No. You get the large, you butter it up.
Because you should, because if you get that really big one, and just kind of pour it in your bag and be like, hey, I'm back. You don't even have to go. Just go to the parking lot, right? And just
Come on, it's a good idea.
actually,
Yes, it is a good idea. I think that's fantastic.
When I went to the theater, bought the popcorn, and left.
Yeah, but you can.
You don't need a ticket to walk into the theater. You only need a ticket to go see the movie. You think they're going to tell me no because I'm buying something from them?
But see, that's not the way that it is at the AMC by me. Like they scan your ticket as soon as you walk in. So like before
they do that, yeah. The AMC, yeah. They do that. But if you go to the Regal
doesn't.
Like, yeah. They're like, all right, yeah, go ahead.
I'm checking places right now real quick just to say.
Before they scan your ticket at the Regal Theater in Crystal Lake, it's all the way back, like before you get into the theaters. So yeah, you could totally walk into the theater. That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I know.
Does this make us terrible people? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I think, yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to do that much longer, unfortunately. I thought I heard that Regal is like going under.
Yeah, they're not doing great. I was going to say though, because you mentioned the drive-in theaters.
Yeah,
that one out by us is doing fucking fantastic.
Well, did you hear? Yeah,
they're going to expand.
Huh?
They're going to expand their parking lot.
Yes, I was just. They're expanding. They're going to have 2 screens eventually.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do, and like in the middle, they want to have like the concession area in the middle, in between the 2 screens. And I think it's a brilliant idea. And I think, like I told Mike, because we were talking about that last weekend, they really came up with, and it wasn't just the theater out here, it was theaters all throughout the United States, like the outdoor theaters that have survived. They started having other events there. So you get a comedian to come there, you get a music, you know, a band or like an artist to come there and do shit like that. That's a brilliant way, because it's like an outdoor concert venue, but on a very small scale, right? So
yeah, so the one out by us, they had Eliza Schlesinger, with Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes.
Yep.
Nate Bargatze was there, and then they did the movies that they were showing were all old movies because nothing new was coming out, and they're killing it.
Yeah, it was awesome because we went. It was at the end of September, I want to say, and they did the double feature of Grease and Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it was fucking great. And I mean, and I love both movies. I've loved both movies forever, and of course, like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Duh. I've got the fucking tattoo on my body, so I'm a little bit of a fan, but it was awesome. And it was still only half capacity, but it was so much fun. And they did it well. They did it the right way. Like anytime you left your immediate area for your car, you had to have a mask on, which I was like, that's totally fine. Like I'm good with that. If I need to walk to take a pee, I'm going to put my mask on. If I need to go get like, you know, if Mike wanted to go get chips or something, you put a mask on, big deal. But it was awesome. It was a really cool experience. And like you said, doing the old movies like that, I appreciated that. And they tend to do like themes for like the weeks, you know, what the movies are for that week.
They always did around Halloween. They would show old like Halloween movies every year, which was cool.
That is cool. Like, it had been so long since I had been there. So, but yeah, it was definitely that for me. Like, I think that's something that I'm going to continue doing, is going to the drive-in theater. Just, it was such a fun experience to do that, you know?
Plus you can have your drinks in the car. And
yes. I mean, yeah, we did. We brought, like, we had some wine and we had like, you know, so I think Kate might've had some beer that she brought with. So it was really nice to be able to do that. I mean, yeah, you can go to some other movie theaters and they serve alcohol and stuff, but I'd rather have my own chair.
Yeah.
Not have to worry about sitting by some boner on the other side of me who I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I hate sitting by boners.
Yeah. I mean, they're a little, you know, it can be a little pointy and painful sometimes.
What experiences you've had, but all right.
Look at the record of people I've dated. No, I'm kidding.
Let's start naming names here. All right, who's got the funny one?
Who's got the stabby one? Wait.
I have my yearbook.
Did you watch Chicago Shameless?
Oh yeah.
So the new season's come. Did it start already?
I think so, but I was going to mention something like, so Lip meets a girl, and he sleeps with her like the first night.
Yeah.
And he starts calling him Stabby.
Yes.
She's like, "Oh, what's going on, Stabby?"
It's the
stab away at there. He's like, "Yeah."
It's the chick that he knocked up. That's who. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. I pissed myself laughing when I heard her say that. I was like,
they end up staying together.
Yes, they did. Yeah, I watched because that was what, season 9, I think, right? Like this very like most recent season.
So yeah, I was going to ask that, like, because I've seen up to like 9.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is fine because I'm still going to watch it anyways. Like,
I was going to say, like, yeah,
there's no way I'm not watching it.
The last season's really a throwaway.
Is it?
The one
just
that
kind of wraps everything up without Fiona being on the show anymore.
I was gonna say, so she's done, right? So she's out.
She wasn't in the last one.
Okay.
I still thought it was an okay season. I don't really like Deb's character anymore. Like she just.
As soon as she got pregnant, I think I was like angry at her. Yeah. You know what I mean? She just kind of like turned into a different person. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't like her character development on that one.
Yeah, I didn't care for that either. And Carl, his character kind of started bugging me. And Frank, honestly, like even Frank now, because I understand the point of his character and all the antics and shit, but it just got so outrageous. Like I'm still gonna watch this last season because I need to watch the last season. I need to find out like what happens, right?
We need more Shameless.
Right. I don't know. I haven't really been into the last few seasons so much, but the stabby thing was really funny. So
well, Fiona and I forget the guy's name because it was like season 1. Her boyfriend from season 1.
Oh, yeah, what was that dick licker name? Yeah.
Yeah. So they were together in a Dragon Ball Z movie.
Really?
Yeah. It was, and everybody hated it. It was terrible. And I was sitting there like, it was okay. And they're like, no, this was bad. Like this was just bad.
Because for me, I couldn't see her in a movie like that because I'd be like, you're like the drunk, drug-addled girl banging your boyfriend on like a bathroom sink all the time.
Right.
Like, I can't picture you guys.
Episode 1, like right. I think
Every episode in the beginning, she's on the sink.
yeah. Like, this is great. I'm gonna watch this show forever.
Right. Oh my God.
What's the redheaded kid's Cameron? Is it Cameron Monaghan? Is that his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
The kid who Ethan or Ian's character.
Yeah, Ian. So every episode in the beginning of the show, he's on the toilet. How, like, over 10 years, couldn't he say, "Hey, can I just not be shitting?"
Right.
Like, well, no, he's working off, right? He's like,
he had the
title sequence for me, please. It's been, however many years.
I was a child back then. Can you make the intro a little bit more mature?
Yeah.
I was the Joker, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did you see the crossover when he was in Gotham? Like, when he was working on it,
Gotham.
you could tell like some of his like Gotham character was influencing his Shameless character a little bit,
For sure. No, I like him a lot though. I'm glad that he came back onto the show because his character, I think, out of all of them, is probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
So yeah. Sorry, we strayed from streaming services. I guess it's related, right? Service.
Shameless is so worth it.
It is. I will agree with that. I will agree with you on that. You know what else is worth it though on Netflix to me lately? So I kind of will revise what I said earlier, but the Great British Baking Show. God, it's so fucking good. It's a fucking show about like these people, like it's a baking contest.
Yeah, it's like one of the old Food Network, contest shows.
Kind of, yeah, but this was like a PBS show, and now they're on Netflix. And my girlfriend Margaret is the one who like brought it up when we saw her and my buddy Brad back in October. And she like wooed me with promises of the Paul Hollywood handshake. So then like I had to watch because I needed to understand what the fuck that meant. And I love it. It's such a good show. I don't know. Damn British people getting right here in the heart every time.
The food show getting you in the heart.
It's so good though. It's so good.
Sodium. Ugh.
We're watching Sugar Rush on Netflix, so maybe we'll branch off into that one.
Yes, check it out because I saw that Sugar Rush is on there, and I added it to my list because I want to watch that. Is it good?
I like it.
Yeah,
because it's like it's all like desserts,
Oh, nice.
You've got cake. You've got like cupcakes. I'm like, oh my god, why can't I have these?
Up over here. Well, they got cake. They got cupcakes.
Yeah. You got everything.
Chocolate, ice cream,
chocolate, and sprinkles.
They do a lot of that stuff on the Great British Baking Show too. Like but they do like some savory stuff, like in the form of breads or like pies. But like then there's a lot of the sweets and stuff, and it's just a fucking incredible show. It's so good. So you guys should check it out for sure, and let me know what you think about it.
I've got to finish Somebody Feed Phil.
I love Somebody Feed Phil.
I know we've mentioned it before.
Yes. It's a great show. I don't know. I'm getting old and I like all those shows. And I do. It's like a fun like memory for me too, because I watched a lot of that stuff with my mom and like always watched that with her. But then like when she was sick and stuff too, we would watch like those shows together too. So it's kind of like, it's a nice.
Yeah. We used to watch a lot of Chopped. What's the Iron Chef? We used to watch the Iron Chef That was always pretty entertaining.
Iron Chef was good. I don't think that they've had like a new one in a while, but I like
No.
Chopped is really good.
Yeah.
We
They
would watch
brought,
Gordon Ramsay.
say that again, Nando.
We would watch Gordon Ramsay.
Master Chef
Yeah.
or like Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
Oh yes. We actually went to Hell's Kitchen in Vegas once.
Yeah, they got a big one there.
Yeah.
See, I've never been to the Hell's Kitchen out there. He had like a burger bar out there though that I went to. That was it was a Gordon Ramsay,
Yeah.
Restaurant. I think it was in the Paris or something like that. I can't remember, but it was still incredibly delicious. Very expensive, but
yeah,
delicious.
Very expensive. So worth it.
What did you get?
Does it yell at you?
He wasn't there to yell at me.
I mean, the burger. Did the burger yell at you?
Yeah.
No, not at me. I mean, maybe it yelled at the ex a little later on. Deservedly so. But Nando, when you went to Hell's Kitchen, what did you get? Did you get the Wellington?
Oh yeah. We went well, and here's the thing. When we went there, they lost our reservation. Yeah. And we're sitting here like, whoa. Like we planned this out. Like the whole trip was, around this, obviously, around Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Because it was like we went there for Jacqueline's birthday. And they're like, yeah, we don't have your reservation for you. And like we're like looking online, and I kind of like got a glimpse from like the hostess, and she was kind of like, maybe there's something we can do, like kind of like signaling, like, give her a little, like maybe like a 20 or something.
Right.
So like Jacqueline's like, oh, she's like, she was upset. And I'm like, no, let me get some money and I can pay her, and she'll probably get us a table. And she's like, no, fuck her. Like, we're gonna make a reservation online right now, and then we're gonna get it.
I told you about the money trick in Vegas. It works.
Right. And I was like, literally, I was like, well, I'll just, I'll get like a 20, 20, 40 bucks, whatever. Like, it's an expensive restaurant. So if I got to, put an extra 40 bucks on the table, like, that's fine,
Sure.
know? And then like Jack was like, no, fuck her, because she was a bitch. So I'm like, all right.
Because we're not eating here, then. I don't know.
But we ended up, so she got a reservation for like 2 hours later.
Okay.
But I think Hell's Kitchen is like right in front of like Caesars. So we went over to the bar in Caesars and like drank for 2 hours. And then went back.
Please tell me it was the same fucking chick when you went back.
Oh yeah. And I mean, like, by that point we're like, too stupid to figure shit out. And we're like, yeah, here's my reservation and blah, blah, blah. But no, the beef Wellington was perfect.
Oh God.
So good.
I've never ever had a beef Wellington. But I have dreams about it, and it's definitely something that I would like to have. I can't even. Oh, it looks.
Should have had it before your surgery, though.
I know that's the thing. Like, I haven't even had steak since, like, because I haven't even had a hamburger, like an actual like hamburger from anywhere. Like, Mike's made me like hamburger patties and stuff before, and I could barely even eat one of those. So it's like,
beef Wellington's small.
it's. I mean, I could probably have a couple bites of it. Know, honesty, like
just melts.
You're like, oh, can I get a doggy bag? And Gordon Ramsay comes out and he starts yelling at you about it.
We don't do doggy bags here. Yeah, like,
sandwich.
Yeah,
and and it's fine. But no, I mean that would be an occasion where Mike would have to be eating. Like, we'd probably split something because I wouldn't be able to eat. So.
And Mike's like, I'm eating for two tonight.
Basically, yeah.
Oh,
well, I always pawn off food onto him now, though. Because I have to. Like, I get full really fast, and like I have a hard time. Like, if I'm having something that's like that big to eat, it's really fucking hard to try to stretch that out into 30 minutes to eat. Because also, if it sits for long and it gets cold, it can taste like shit. And like I'm very sensitive to taste and smell now too. Like, so it's like all these things have changed. And so I'll eat something very small and I'll get filled up immediately. And then like I can't eat anything else. So yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But it's not the worst problem in the world to have because it's working. I'm like I'm down like 80 pounds now, which is crazy. So
I can't wait to see you in person and then like actually like
I
You're
know.
like, damn.
So you can see, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm also very proud because if things keep going like the way that they potentially could be going over the next week, I could be under 200 pounds by next week.
Nice.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a lot of years. So like 7 years. So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with streaming services, but we were talking about something that was on a streaming service. And so I guess it's kind of roundabout related, right?
I'm doing here.
Yeah. You see what I'm doing here. You
Yeah.
know, next
Yeah.
shots.
So point being, Nando needs to get HBO Max.
Sure. I concur.
Was this like an intervention for me to get HBO Max?
I think that was her plan.
It might have been. I mean, you know.
Well,
I
so
think.
if YouTube TV like tanks, then I'm gonna get it no matter what.
Yeah, I think you're just like a lot of the content that keeps coming out on there. It's so fucking good, and I'm really Mike and I are really impressed. Like we binge watched the show The Undoing, and like it's Nicole Kidman's a terrible fucking actress, but Grant was amazing in this show. Surprise! She's a bad actress. What?
He's so mad right now. It's great.
She's a terrible fucking actress, but The Undoing was really, really good. I think I mentioned this show before. Murder on Middle Beach. Matt is now turning away from the camera.
Yeah, which is great.
He's pounding his drink, and he's going to cry in a little bit.
It's fine. It's fine.
They also have Friends on HBO Max, and so Mike and I like binge that. Like that's our palate cleanser show.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll give you this. So Nicole Kidman, there was a thing because she's married to that country guy, Keith Urban, right?
I think it's him, right? Yeah.
So there was like this like COVID concert like a couple months back, and he performed on it, and she was there, but she was just there to like do nothing. Like she was standing off to the side and kind of just doing a little like
kind of like her acting career where she really does nothing.
But she was just doing this little shimmy, and that's all she did the whole entire time. I'm like, why are you even there?
I mean, thank God they didn't let her talk. That's all I'm saying. Like,
I'm gonna let it slide, but if you start talking about ScarJo, then we're gonna have a problem.
I like her, Nicole Kidman. Like
ScarJo.
Yeah, it was very obvious. Mike's like, she's a bad actress. I'm like, yeah, it's very obvious now to me. Like watching this show, she couldn't even keep her fucking accent straight on the show either. And like they ripped on her on SNL last week for it too. And fucking hilarious. I was dying when I saw that. I was like, it's so true. Yeah, good stuff.
I'm gonna watch it and have like SNL like, yep, they got it.
Fucking hilarious. It was so funny. They're like, I'm sorry, what is that accent supposed to be? It was very funny. But Matt, the point being though, I think you would like the show The Undoing. It's actually, I could get past her terrible acting like this with the fucking like surprise.
If I watched that fucking Dexter show, they're acting in that goddamn thing, which I finished, by the way.
Did you finally finish it?
I finally finished it. What a disappointing ending.
Right, like the ending, but they're coming back with the reboot, so I'm curious to see how that's good.
Yeah. They killed off the sister. It took them the very last episode to kill her off.
The bad actress.
You watch it. Spoiler. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Yeah. Been around long enough. It's not a spoiler.
No, you have to check. I mean, the other show that we really, really, really like is Murder on Middle Beach.
Yeah.
It sounds like it would be a true crimey show, but it's not so much. Like it's not like an ID show. It's not like a.
He's all of a sudden like, I don't know.
Give Jacqueline more ideas. Like,
I mean, it's true crime in the sense of like the woman was murdered. Like that's what you know, and it's so on. And her son though is like making this documentary, and he did it over years, trying to figure out who did it. Basically, I mean, I don't know how many episodes we have left, but it's like. It also helps him to get to know his mom a little bit better and get to know like the family history a little bit better. So it's not true crime in like the traditional sense of like, you know, watching somebody get taken away in cuffs, you know, or watching the terrible reenactment of the murder. So
Right.
not like that.
Well, in that case, I probably will let her watch it.
Yeah.
Be like, get out of here! I'm watching my shows.
No, I think yes, it kind of was an intervention for you to get HBO Max, but I do think based on us talking about this more and all of the different streaming services, I never really thought that there were that many. Even like you were saying too, for anime stuff, I never even occurred to me that there was stuff out there for that too.
It just never occurred to me that anybody cared.
God.
Remember, I'm a nerd.
But nerds are good. Nerds are good.
Oh, I know. There's this one guy that works he's not even in my department. He's we work in the same area, but not in the same department. He's 6'2", just ripped, and he's talking to me, about anime stuff, and I'm like, you are the exact opposite of what an anime person should look like, I think anime, I picture me, I don't picture a guy that's a jock.
I'm going to tell you a story that Nando's going to probably understand better than you, but when we were in Vegas, so when I went to Vegas last time, Derek was there, and Derek, he's into anime and stuff like that, right?
Your really tall friend that was at your party last year, right?
Yeah, so Derek. Okay. So Derek's really into this shit too. So we were down in Fremont Street, and we were watching this band play, and it was on an outdoor stage and everything, and there was a festival going on down this way, and there's people all over and everything. Somehow Derek finds this other guy who's into Dragon Ball Z. And the two of them, while the rest of us are watching the band, dancing, talking, having a good time, drinking, whatever, he's talking to this guy, and then the two of them start doing this.
Oh, the fusion.
Whatever the fuck that is. Pointing at each other in the middle of Vegas. I look over and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Oh my god.
Eric's like, oh, this is him. He's into the Dragon Ball Z. How did you even get on this topic? We're sitting here watching a band drinking in Vegas. It just came up.
That's
awesome.
What
I appreciate about that story, because I am such a fan of the Mickey Mouse Club, the Justin Timberlake era, right? That's what everybody knows it for. My good friend Kelly, the very first night that I met her through our other good friend, I couldn't fucking tell you how it came up, but Christina always picks on me. She's like, you always talk about the Mickey Mouse Club when people are around, and I'm like, yes, I fucking do. Yes, I do.
That's why.
Turns out Kelly and I were both fans, and she was also a fan of the group The Party that stemmed from the all new MMC. So I pick up, right? Yeah, I see Matt's face. I will pick out those motherfuckers too, and I will find people who have that same interest too.
You're like, wait a minute, I sense someone here.
I sense something someone here.
There's a fan of The Party here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Nando walks into a room. Where's my fellow nerds?
Yeah. Although I've never done what Derek did, but I know what you're talking about. It's good
fucking thing. I don't get it.
So it's a move, but it's two different characters merge into one to become an Ultimate Fighter.
Okay.
Yeah. So it takes the best attributes of the characters and smashes them into one.
Okay.
It's funny. Here's why I find it funny. It's so Derek is a big guy.
Yeah.
Tatted sleeves and everything. Now, if you look at them, it's all nerd shit. It is. He's got his knuckles, and they're all different Pokemon.
Shut up. That's kind of awesome, though.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, if you look at him, yeah, check it out.
Because I know he's got
they're all nerd tattoos. If you get up close to him, you're like, oh, okay. But it's funny because Derek's a big guy, and then he finds this little guy, and they're doing that, and I'm just like, this is so crazy.
The next time I'm in your department, I'm gonna find him and do that.
Do it.
He'll love it if you do it.
Do it.
If you go up to him and do that, he will it'll make his day.
I have to practice. And I'll tell you so you can record it and put it on
Yeah,
Yeah.
you said you have to practice. They clearly both had done this before.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love it. I love it.
So HBO Max.
HBO Max. Everybody should get it. Everybody should get it.
I'm not as big a fan as on Apple as you are, though.
I told you, I think it's going to take a while for the Apple stuff to really start finally coming out, but it's worth it. Like the stuff that they have on there now, I think is pretty good. In my opinion, they should knock down the subscription fee. Like since they don't have as much content, but that's like, whatever, like cut it in half for like a year until you start amping up your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's fair to charge that, but whatever.
As long as I get a free subscription with my phone, I'm fine.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I got my new phone. I got my new phone the other day. Oh, that was weird. You know that? Yeah, that was weird. So I got my phone. I love it. I got the iPhone 12 Pro. Love it. The camera is the fucking shit. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
But I did not get a year subscription to Apple TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did not get that. So like in your settings, it showed me that I had like an offer for a free trial for this and this, but not for Apple TV. So what I did instead though, because I already had Apple Music, and so I was paying a subscription fee for that every month. What they do now, and I also have like additional cloud storage because I paid for that.
I have that too.
Yeah, so I was paying $14.99 for the family plan for the Apple Music, and then like $2.99 a month for the additional cloud storage. So they have this thing now with Apple itself where you can bundle shit together, and it was Apple Music, the family plan, Apple TV, the iCloud, like the extra storage, and then it was like a limited 100 free games on the arcade app for $18.99 a month. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to do that because like I'm basically not even paying for Apple TV, right? I'm paying the same fucking price for everything that I had before, but I'm getting like 2 additional benefits, which is good because then I can give my dad my login to my Apple TV.
Yeah.
So he can start watching stuff on there too. So it wasn't a free trial, but I really I didn't make out badly on the deal. Yeah. So.
Yeah, mine had the Apple TV, and then what was the 3 months to the Apple Games or whatever it is.
Yep.
Which I didn't bother doing, but.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I might play those games if I get bored, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't really give a shit.
I would forget to turn it off when it starts the reoccurring charge, so I'm like, I'm just gonna leave that.
Well, you know what? I take that back though. They did give me 1 free month for the bundle. That's what it was. So they gave me a free month, but again, like I said, the cost, it was the same as what I was doing before. So I don't know. I love the new iPhone though. It's like so much faster, and
I know it's nice.
Charges, and my phone charges very quickly now. I forgot how nice that is to actually.
My battery lasts forever.
Yeah.
And then like when I drive home, it pretty much like charges it all the way back up during my drive.
That's not, because you've got the plug for that. So my phone right now is at 49%. And the last time that I had it like fully charged up was yesterday. And so like that's a whole day of me using the phone at like,
wow,
great. Yeah. It's still at 49% now. I mean, that's fucking great.
I'm at 96%. So it was probably fully charged when I got home.
Yeah. See? Yeah. I really like it a lot. That camera though, because I think I told you guys, like here, I don't know if you could see it.
Yeah, the lens cover.
Yeah, the lens cover, I don't regret that decision at all.
I haven't gotten that. I'm not too sure I'm worried about it. My case, like it lifts it up. So like if you were to drop it, it's not going to hit on the lens.
Okay.
So
my case does that too, but like I'm always worried about if I knock it on something. You know, like, or if it fell and it hit the right angle, like, you know, something. So instead of being paranoid about it, I just got that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I thought, and I was really glad that they started doing that though, too, because I was kind of like, I was always paranoid about fucking up the camera on my other phone too. So
Yeah, these lenses are bigger than like you see on most phones too. So
yeah, the quality of the pictures is so good, so
we haven't gotten to take a lot of pictures yet. We haven't like Christmas. I will obviously, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
will have it too.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Well,
it's a Dragon Ball Z guy.
see, I couldn't get. I didn't. They didn't really have a fancy phone case yet. But I still have my pop socket, the Mickey Mouse Club one that I got at the reunion last year. So that was that. At least it dressed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I just got mine's a clear case because I like the color of my phone.
What color did you get, Matt?
I got the blue.
No, oh, you did. Okay, see, I got the graphite or whatever.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to be able to get the blue. I thought they would be sold out, but they still had them.
That's awesome. I like it.
Yeah.
No, we'll convert you on the phone sometime too. We'll get you to upgrade it again. Yeah.
Well,
all the dudes of the middle hosts have to have a 12 Pro Max.
Yeah, I mean, unless mine's only a Pro.
Oh, it's not the Max.
I'm like, mine's not a Pro Max. I think it's a 12, but
oh, okay. So you got so you all right. Well, then you still have an iPhone 12. So
yeah, because I got it. I want to say I got it back in like May or June or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think I literally, I cracked my phone and I'm like, I can't use it. You know what I mean? Like if I put it, making a phone call, there goes my ear, like just shattered it. So out of necessity, I had to actually buy,
out of necessity.
Out of necessity. Oh darn, I got to buy a new phone.
Well, mine was starting to be that way though too. Like so, and I jinxed myself too because like the battery was starting to go on it. I had it for almost 3 years. I was just like a month shy of having it for 3 years. But like I noticed that the battery life on it was starting to get bad. And like, I think it was after we recorded last week. I think I might have even mentioned it then too. And then immediately the next fucking day, it would go from like 90% down to 50% in like a matter of an hour or two. And I wasn't using it. So I knew that it was starting to get like janky.
Yeah.
But my phone came super quick. So I didn't have to wait, for it to get here. So that was really good. Yeah. Good stuff. Anyway, sorry.
I had a dirty joke. I was going to let it go.
What joke?
Nah.
What?
Nah.
Is it a Nicole Kidman joke?
What's that?
Is it a Nicole Kidman joke?
No, it was not a Nicole Kidman joke. I'm going to let it slide. I'm going to let it go.
You'll let it go. Okay.
I'll text it to you later.
All right. That works. Well, so we've had these lovely, like, connect the dots conversations tonight about streaming services. So what would, before we wrap up, because I want to go eat, because it's getting on to 9 o'clock here soon.
No.
I know. I just looked up and I'm like, it's not really that time. Yes, it is. Top 3 services. Now, Nando, I know you don't have HBO Max yet. Right. But top 3 streaming services like for your needs that you've got.
For me, the Funimation one's going to be like up there.
Okay.
And I'm definitely going to have to go with Netflix. So Netflix, Funimation. And you know what? I watch my sports on YouTube TV, so I'll go with that one. But if it goes under, I'll just switch over back to Hulu because I have ESPN in that package.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm just like, peace out.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, Matt.
Yeah, Netflix, probably Hulu. The thing is, though, my Hulu includes Disney Plus and ESPN Plus too, so it's like really like 3 services in one. And I mean, my HBO Max is under the Hulu app too. So, but probably Netflix, Hulu, and I would be a toss up between Disney Plus and HBO Max.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
So I think for me, even despite what I said, like at the onset of the conversation, I feel like Netflix still has good content on it. I don't like a lot of the new shit that they're coming out with or that's out there right now. But I would have to say my number one is totally HBO Max right now. Like I don't know how many more times I can say that. Ever.
Really? Didn't see that coming.
Definitely HBO Max, but I would say that like Hulu and Netflix are tied for number 2 because I finally like I started using Hulu. We use mics at home, but like I gave my dad because I get a free subscription with my cell phone.
Mhm.
So I let my dad have that. I mean, it's got ads on it, but who gives a shit? But yeah, Hulu and Netflix would be tied for number 2. And then I think number 3 for me would be probably Apple TV, I think. I do love their content that they have on there. They just need more. And so,
I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I'll be patient with that. I'll continue to still stick it out with them. But yeah, hopefully next year they can start bulking it up some more. Because it sounds like a lot of like series, like Shrill. They were taping the 3rd season already out in Oregon. So I'm guessing that that's what they're doing. I heard that the morning show had resumed. Like when I sent you guys that article, I heard that they resumed like filming and stuff. So hopefully that stuff will start changing next year. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think with Apple Plus, that's if you watch their content, there's a lot of like it's really well done.
Yeah.
It's just that there's not much of it.
Right. I mean that's just it. But there's some stuff on there. Like there's I have it in the queue now. It's a Bruce Springsteen like movie that he made, but it's like a doc movie. So that's
they were showing that in theaters like a year ago.
Yeah. And now they've got it on there too. So I'm stoked to watch that because I added it to our list of things to watch.
Yeah, I will go watch that.
Yeah. So there's some stuff. I think I think that they're acquiring some more content too. So, I'm hopeful that in the next 6 months it'll improve. So fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yes, cross the fingers, boys. Well, listen, I'm going to bounce so I can eat dinner. My 2 bites of dinner that I'm going to eat in reality. But people need to check us out. We're good conversationalists. It's good. I like the format like this. I'm not going to lie. Like it's kind of nice being able to have a conversation and just talk about other shit too for the podcast. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see. journeytothemiddle@gmail.com. Nando, where can you listen to Journey to the Middle?
I have no idea. No, I'm kidding. Spotify, Apple Podcast, YouTube still, right?
Yeah.
And like 15 other places that I don't even know exist. Google Play, I think.
Yeah, that's one of them. I mean, pretty much all of them at this point, I think. Anything that's worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't check out the Facebook page. Like, subscribe, share. Christmas is coming, just like last year. It's a free gift to give to your friends. Yeah.
The gift of gab. It's always a good gift.
Over here. So that's all we have for today.
Yeah.
A little talk about streaming services and a lot of tangents. So
yeah. All right, guys.
All right, we'll see you next time, everybody.
Yeah, bye.
Everybody.